Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have an eBay package to show you guys. I got 6 more games from this seller in Japan that I've bought games from in the past. They took about a month to get here. It took extra long this time. Usually from the seller, the games get here within 3 weeks, sometimes even less, but this time around it took a little bit over a month to get them here, and to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed in the packaging just because it's completely ripped open on that side, it's ripped open over here, and it's ripped open here as well. Now, for all I know, all this could have happened as the mailman shoved this into my mailbox, but it could have also happened somewhere during the delivery. So if a little bit more care was put into it, or if some more packaging or better packaging was used, it would have probably been better. But let's just see what the games are like on the inside, because that's all that matters. And I'm going to use the scissors to get it open because it's already got a big hole in it. So it's got some plastic wrap, and there's 6 games in total. 3 Dreamcast games, yeah, 3 Dreamcast games and 3 Saturn games. So uh, let's get to it. I'm just gonna cut some of this plastic off. On the inside, first are the 3 Saturn games. Let's see the condition on these. Perfect as usual. The first game here, I believe this was released under a different name in North America, but it's called Sword and Sorcery. It's an RPG. I know it'll be really difficult to play it, not knowing how to speak Japanese, or read Japanese, I should say. But hopefully it should be a little bit interesting. I only paid 1 penny for this, and it was combined shipping altogether. I think it was like $15 combined shipping for 6 games. So 15 divided by 6 plus a penny for that. So it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a sort of last minute impulse buy. Right as the auction closed, nobody had bid on it, so I went ahead and bid a penny on it. Another game that I also got for a penny. Uh, I'm actually not sure what kind of a game this is. If anybody really knows, I bid again a penny on this game. It was a last minute thing, and only because the cover art looked interesting. But I don't know if this was released in North America either. It's called uh, Vadalva, and there is the name on the side. Let's see if you can see that. Um, yeah, the characters just looked interesting. It's made by Victor JVC, so Victor made their own version of the Sega Saturn, and JVC. I'm not sure how the two companies, like, I mean, if they are 2 separate companies or if they are just one company, but JVC made the JVCi, which I believe was another version of the Sega CD. Anyways, the next game is a game that did come out in North America. It is an RPG, and I just wish that I could get the North American version, but the North American version costs a buttload of money. It's actually one of the most expensive Sega Saturn games, and I got this for a penny as well. It's Shining Wisdom, and it's just a JRPG made by Sega, and yeah, that's about all I know about it. It just looks really interesting, and I'd rather at least test it out before I commit a lot of money to buy the North American version. And again, I don't like downloading ROMs for games and playing them on computers. It's just not for me. So I want to have at least the Japanese version of a game or the European version. Next up are the 3 Dreamcast games I got. The first one here is Godzilla Generations. Now, I think there was a Godzilla game that was released in North America for the Dreamcast. I don't have it. I'm not even sure if it's the same game or if it's a completely different game. But yeah, a Godzilla game. I absolutely had to get that. Next up is another entry into one of the most common puzzle games ever. Is Tetris 4D. Uh, it's Tetris, and you can play with up to 4 players. So that's pretty interesting, and I was definitely happy to add that to my collection as well. Now, all the games I actually paid a penny for, except for Godzilla Generations. I paid, I believe, like $2.50 for it, and this last game here, I actually paid $4.50 for it, but it's still cheaper than, significantly cheaper than what you can get it for here in North America. Uh, I have the first and second game on the PSP in a collection game. But I wanted to get them for the Dreamcast because that's the system they were originally released on. The first one, the North American version, costs about $40. The sequel costs about $70 to $100, depending on how good of a condition disc you have. But this here is the Japanese version of the first game. It's Power Stone. Uh, really good fighting game. I'm very happy to add this to my collection. The only thing I can say about it, other than the fact that I love that you can actually move around in a 3D fighting arena, and you can pick up stuff, and you can do attacks off of different items and stuff like that. The one thing that I hate about this game is honestly one of the characters. I really, really am annoyed by Balrog. Like, he is my least favorite character in in Power Stone, and he bothers me every time I play the game. Having to fight against him, I usually always lose, and I hate it when I get to Balrog. Anyways, as always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my 300 subscribers contest video. It's on my channel. It'll also be linked in the description below. I guess that's it. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, website. They're all linked in the description as well. And that's it. See ya.